Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Metal Cast. Your host, Dave. I got on the line lead vocalist of Demized, Robb Napalm. What the fuck's up, Rob?
What's up, my brother? How's things, man?
Not much, man. So you guys are getting ready to come to NYDM Spring Bash next month. You guys excited about that one?
Hell yeah, man. We're super stoked. It's going to be fucking awesome. It's nice to get, nice to get in front of everybody once again. Last time we got to be in front of everybody was with Demolition Hammer, so that was one hell of a treat. Great comeback for us, too. Especially for me, just kind of coming out in the Demized colors. It was pretty fucking sick overall.
Now you guys are all in NYDM?
Yeah, actually we are. We are all part of the Bronx chapter of NYDM, so we've actually all been there for varying degrees of time. Some of us longer than others. Probably the newest patched in, but by new I mean like 5 years. So we're all in the close to the double digits, if not more, at this point. So yeah, we're in it thick, man. We love our scene. We're all about it. We support where we can as much as we can.
Right, and of course, Randy Castor is a great guy.
Yes, man. Oh, Randy, yeah, he's a character, man. He's a fucking character. He's awesome. When I first met him, man, it was he's a balls buster, but you know what? He's a fucking down to earth, cool fucking cat, and I really can't say enough good things about him.
Mr. No Fun. No fun, Randy.
That is his name. You know what? He keeps it serious, but I mean, deep down inside, everybody likes to bust his chops because we know he's laughing on the inside. He just don't like to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rob, you want to tell me a little bit about the history of this band?
Yeah, actually, I mean, Demized. Overall, I mean, it's had a pretty long history overall. A lot of band members been kind of changing since the early 90s. Demized has been around, we've been around for quite a bit, and we went through guitarist changes, drum changes, kind of like any other band. I mean, especially in New York, kind of a revolving door, but because just life kind of happens. Some people gotta back out because of work or family or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, we've had a lot of lineup changes over time. I mean, our latest iteration of the band, I'd say, we're probably like, maybe 4 years old, and so far it's been good. I mean, we've been solid overall. Practice has been awesome, just going through the songs, going through the tunes, and while we may not all have the same, I guess, overall influences, just because there is a pretty vast generational, a big generational gap, I guess, between all of us. We kind of encompass all music that's going on. While some of the guys grew up real close to the scene back in the 80s, some of us didn't start till the 90s, 2000s. Speaking for myself more directly, I mean, I didn't really get into metal till the early 2000s and such, and then I kind of had to work my way back, to listen to shit like Slayer and fucking Vader or stuff like that, Venom, old school black metal. When I started, I was listening to like Slipknot and shit. I was in the new metal scene real hard, but that's what was coming out at the time, and I didn't really have a lot of friends that were into it, so I was kind of teaching myself. But once I got into the scene more, that's just what it is. It's just knowledge, it's getting taught by those that have been in it for a long time, and it's great. I mean, we all kind of vibe off each other, so it's pretty badass. So I think we got a really nice, solid lineup right now. So yeah, I think everybody's gonna everybody be excited about what we got going down.
So now, what year did you join the band?
I joined about 4 years ago, so we're looking at 2014. That's when they asked me. I had already been in a band prior to Demized, but I had just vacated my position. My old band, we kind of fizzled out. Sad story, but not an uncommon one. We hit the ground hard, did it for a couple of years, and at some point you just kind of fall out of love with it. And right after that happened, that's when I got approached by Gio and Greg, who are the prominent guitarists of the band, and they just kind of came up. They heard about me, saw my stuff, saw me live, and, they just kind of asked me, like, dude, like, not even like a formal audition or anything. It was kind of like, dude, we know what you got. You're good. You want to do this? I was like, fuck it, let's go. Let's see where this takes us. And it's been kind of nonstop since then.
So now, Demized is a mixture of black metal, death metal?
Demized, yeah. I mean, I guess that would probably be the best way to do it. I mean, we kind of break all of our influences into one. I mean, if I were to, I guess to put us into a specific label, then yeah, I'd say we're probably closest to the black, to black and traditional kind of thrash metal. I'd say that's probably what we're closest to. So yeah, I mean, that's probably where we all land in the same space overall in terms of our common interest,
Now, being from where you guys are from, do you guys throw any, like, New York hardcore influence in there?
What happened?
I said, being from where you guys are from, like the New York area, do you throw any New York punk shit in there, hardcore?
So there's not too much punk, but you do feel a little bit of the hardcore in some of our tracks. You do feel the hardcore in it. You got those freaking murderous, punch you in the face, fucking karate kick to the neck kind of breakdowns and shit that we got going on. So we definitely inject some of that into what we got going on too. But it's not, it's not formulated or anything. We put it in where we can, just because, that's what identifies us as New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying?
No karate in the mosh pit, man.
Hell yeah, man. I like to say, man, it's fucking zero chill, dude. Zero chill. If you don't come up bloody, you didn't do it right.
So now the band has only one recording?
Correct. I mean, you can see a lot of our stuff on YouTube. I mean, if you just put in Demized on YouTube, you can see a lot of our stuff. We got a lot of stuff that's live. We do have just one recording. We are working on a new album, and as much as I'd like to divulge as much as I could, we are trying to keep it under wraps just because we want it to be as much of a surprise to everyone as possible. But there is an album in the works. We do have a couple tracks already set up, at least on the musical end. So they're, for the most part, written. One thing that I will say, I don't know if I got the green light so I could say it, but we do got a lot of special guests, a lot of special guest musicians actually coming in that have done some parts to the song. So, yeah, it's I mean, I'm really excited. I'd like to say more, but I think it's going to be better once it all comes out.
Then can you at least say how many songs you guys are looking to put on the album?
Yeah, at the moment right now, we got about 8 completed. Probably looking at a 10-song jammy. So, I mean, it's going to be good. It's not going to be anything too crazy. But yeah, I'd say that's going to be 10 is probably going to be our good number. So yeah, it's going to be a decent size album overall.
Right. So the EP they put out that was before you were in the band?
Yeah, that was before my time. That was actually one of our brothers. He actually laid down those tracks. So that was before my time, but I am kind of picking up the mantle. So when we do perform, some of those songs do happen to, they do actually make an appearance in our live shows. So, but yeah, it's just to show that, overall Demized, just because it has a new vocalist or a new member or whatever the case may be, things haven't changed. You know what I'm saying? Like Demized is still Demized regardless of who's doing what in the band, you know what I'm saying? I mean, overall, the DNA is still the same.
Right.
So, but yeah, and I just try to do my part, you know what I'm saying? Try to keep my end of the spectrum, live and electric, you know what I'm saying? Just keep everybody live, know what the fuck's going on, keep the energy up, that's how I look at it.
Right. So the EP was called Where Is Your God Now?
What happened?
The EP was titled Where Is Your God Now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the name of the EP. But yeah. So Where's Your God? So there's a couple tracks on there. Fucking just straight brutal fucking stuff. I mean, I remember when I first heard it, I was like, God damn. But it was cool. It was interesting. It was really different from really different from what I used to do. So it's actually pretty awesome. I mean, I think that's what I really enjoy about it the most is that it's a good departure from like the progressive stuff that I was doing. Like this is more in your face, fucking just straight punch you in the gut kind of stuff, which I love. You know, I mean, when we did the Demolition Hammer show, that was technically my we did that at a club called St. Vitus out here in Brooklyn. And so that was basically my coming out show. So it was interesting for me just because it was, I was always on the sidelines from Demized did their thing to now be part of it and have people like come up to me and be like, yo, you're in fucking Demized? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, you're the dude doing the vocals, right? I'm like, yeah. They're like, this is fucking awesome, man. This is going to be badass. This is going to be brutal. Like the support was it's just fantastic overall. And everybody that knew Demized, they were just so jazzed to see, like, they didn't care that it was somebody else doing the vocals. They were just happy to see Demized back on the scene, you know what I'm saying? And once I got out there and did my thing, I'm not to toot my own horn, but I think I left them confident knowing that Demized was in good hands, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're taking this to a good place. They know that I take it seriously, that I love what they've done. And, I know while I am the new guy, I'm going to give them something new also, just from my end that I think everybody will get a kick out of, because I keep shit live. I'm a big dude, yeah, I'm a big fucking dude, but I'm fucking crazy when I'm on stage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, big boys go hard, man.
Yeah, so that EP, if people are listening, if they want it, can they still purchase that EP or no?
At the moment, I don't believe we have anything set that could actually be purchased. I mean, I do have some patches and stuff, like in terms of merch, but that is something that we are working on, though, because we're kind of doing all of it, kind of at the same time. We're getting the album together at the same time as we're getting all the merch that's going to be tied with it at the same time, so that once we bring it all, it's going to be like, there's going to be a lot of content for everybody to get, not just musically, but like, shirts and, whatever else we can get our hands on, just so everybody could get a piece of the Demized goodness, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, we're pretty chill overall. I mean, people can contact us anytime, just talk shit, and just, they could always, poke around and see what, see what we're doing. But, I mean, we are working on getting all that, up and running so we can have some new content, you know what I'm saying? Because with the change also, and with the amount of time that has passed from, from when we last did things to, now with also me in the band, we do want to show that while things are the same, things are also new and fresh and different, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this, you think in the future you guys will ever re-record those songs with your vocals on there?
You know what? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's something that would be in the cards. To be honest, I don't know if I personally would want to, only because, I feel like that's something that's kind of ingrained in the history that is Demized, and for me to re-record it, I don't want it to feel like, that's what was done then with that group at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of that history, and for me to re-record it as content, I mean, that's something that we could always talk about. That maybe that is something that may happen, maybe might happen down the line. But I don't know if I'd want to do that. I like those old gritty fucking recordings and shit. You know what I mean? Like that was a part of Demized history coming up to where we are now. So I'll perform them. I'll absolutely perform them. But in terms of recording them, I mean, that's not something that we've ever touched on. But I mean, it's worth looking at. Could happen. I'm definitely not going to give it a hard no.
Right.
But I mean, we'll see.
Right. You never know. Maybe the hardcore Demized fans would want to hear you sing the song.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, ultimately it comes down to the fans. If we get enough people that are just kind of like, yeah, fuck that, like that. Those recordings are awesome. But let's see you put your spin on it. I'll be like, fuck it, let's do it. I'm never one to give a hard no on anything. Anything is possible.
Yeah. So what?
Oh yeah, man.
So what year did you begin singing?
I said, oh man, dude, shit, I started. All right, so I started